Let your smile speak with funny stories. Mafia Christmas by Harry and Olivia. The first. Christian drugs. Jesus was worried about the drug epidemic plaguing the world. In an effort to solve this dilemma, he decided that a few apostles would return to earth and fetch a sample of each drug, so they could understand what these substances did. 2 days after the operation is implemented, the disciples begin to return. Jesus, waiting at the door, lets in each disciple. Who is it? It's Mark. Jesus opens the door. What did you bring, Mark? Marijuana from Colombia. Very well, son. Come in. Another soft knock is heard. Who is it? It's Matthew. Jesus opens the door. What did you bring, Matthew? Cocaine from Bolivia. Very well, son. Come in. At the next knock, Jesus asks, who is it? It's John. Jesus opens the door. What did you bring, John? Crack from New York. Very well, son. Come in. Someone starts pounding on the door. Who is it? It's Judas. Jesus opens the door. What did you bring, Judas? Freeze. This is the FBI. Mafia Christmas. A mafioso's son sits at his desk writing a Christmas list to Jesus. He first writes, Dear baby, Jesus, I have been a good boy the whole year, so I want a new. He looks at it, then crumples it up into a ball and throws it away. He gets out a new piece of paper and writes again, Dear baby Jesus, I have been a good boy for most of the year, so I want a new. He again looks at it and throws it away. He then gets an idea. He goes into his mother's room, takes a statue of the Virgin Mary, puts it in the closet and locks the door. He takes another piece of paper and writes, Dear baby Jesus, if you ever want to see your mother again. Little Johnny. Finding Jesus. A Sunday school teacher is concerned that his students might be a little confused about Jesus. So he asks his class, Where is Jesus today? Stephen raises his hand and says, He's in heaven. Mary answers, He's in my heart. Little Johnny waves his hand furiously and blurts out, He's in our bathroom. The surprised teacher asks little Johnny how he knows this. Well, little Johnny says, Every morning, my father gets up, bangs on the bathroom door and yells, Jesus Christ, are you still in there? The next, with Harry.
Little Johnny. Thanksgiving greetings. One day, little Johnny overheard his parents fighting. Later, he asked what bitch and bastard mean. They explained that they mean lady and gentleman. The next day, he overheard his parents having sex. He later asked what penis and vagina mean. His parents explained that they refer to hats and coats. At supper the next day, little Johnny's mom cut her finger in the kitchen and yelled, OFK. Little Johnny asked what that meant, and she said it means cut. A week later, guests arrived for Thanksgiving dinner. Little Johnny welcomes them at the door, saying, Hello bitches and bastards. Hurry up with your penises and vaginas, we can't wait to FK the turkey. Liar sermon. A preacher concludes his service by saying, Next Sunday I am going to preach on the subject of liars. And in preparation for my discourse, I would like you all to read the 17th chapter of Mark. The following Sunday, the preacher says, Now, all of you who have done as I requested and read the 17th chapter of Mark, please raise your hands. Nearly every hand in the congregation goes up. The preacher continues, You are the people I want to talk to. There is no 17th chapter of Mark. Religious leaders. Religious leaders have been confusing us lately. Religious leaders tell us if we do good things, you go to heaven. And then some of them do bad things. And it makes me think maybe L's the cooler place and they're holding out on us. His Holy Crossword. A gentleman sits next to a priest on an airplane. He sees the priest doing a crossword puzzle. Time passes and the priest says, "Excuse me, sir, but do you know a four-letter word that describes a woman and ends in UNT?" The gentleman thinks about this and finally says, "I believe the word you're looking for is ant." The priest replies, "Oh, you're right, that fits, too. Would you happen to have an eraser?" The next with Olivia.
Jehovah's Witness and Atheist. Q. What do you get when you cross an atheist and a Jehovah's Witness? 8. Somebody knocking at your door for no reason. The Safest Leader. I don't want a clean living guy in the White House with his finger on the button. He thinks he's going right to heaven. You wanna feel safe with a leader? Give me a guy who fights in bars and cheats on his wife. This is a man who wants to put off Judgment Day as long as possible. Naming Jesus. The three wise men visit Joseph and Mary in the stable to see the newborn son. One extremely tall wise man hits his head on the doorframe and exclaims, "Jesus Christ." Joseph looks at Mary and says, "Write that down, that's better than Clyde." The next, with Harry.
Non-profit atheism. Q. Why is atheism a non-profit religion? A. They have no profits. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and click register at the bottom of the description to see the next videos.